Hi guys, I wanted to make a little video about moving around teams because I'm doing some things a little differently in conjunction using OneNote with Teams. So I kind of wanted to give you an update about how to find the material you need for culinary and baking and for all of my classes essentially. Because it's going to toss back and forth, but I think I'm liking this one idea, but I wanted to share with you how to access the information because if you can't access the information adequately enough, then my idea is not a good one. Okay. So, but the other way would create too many assignments for you guys to do, and I don't want to do that either. So it's kind of a wash. So I'm assuming a lot of you do Microsoft Teams online, so I'm going to use the online approach. If you do use this in the app, it's going to be pretty close to the same. But as you are in Microsoft Teams, and keep in mind my Teams looks a little different than yours. I'm just going to take, and I'm going to take this third, seventh baking too. That's fine. But remember, you can go to your teams out here, and this should list all your classes: English, math, science, and a lot of your teachers this year are using them. So, but I'm just going to use my here I'll use world cuisine first period. I don't care. Um, so when I go here, I have assignments here, and some of you I've already put out some assignments, and I want to look at, let's see, the food handler, and I want to look at it from your view. So this is the food handler, what you see, and there's a PDF file that I've attached that you can read. And then here is a, it's listed as a quiz, but please don't understand, this is just a homework assignment. This is to answer the questions, and it grades it for me. So they call it a quiz. This really isn't a quiz. You are being asked to do the apply your knowledge. So this is open book, open notes. So you should have this food handler PDF open while you do this, and you should be reading along and you should be answering the questions. The answers are right in this PDF. It's not going to be that complicated for you. So keep those two open. But see, I wanted to get the whole module here because this is all I can attach is a couple of different things. So I want to share with you how I really want to do the modules and how you're going to find Food Handler 2 and 3 if you happen to be in a class that you have to do those. And that's up here at the top. You see where it says Class Notebook? You're going to click on Class Notebook. Now, in the class notebook, it's going to open up and it's going to talk to you. If you've never seen class notebook, it's going to talk to you about, ooh, look, students, you have your own private space. And yes, you do. And I will go over that for you in a couple of minutes. But this arrow here, let me back up there, right here next to welcome to class notebook, is going to open some of your material. Now, there's some options here. If you're like me, this kind of gets clunky opening it up in this window. So I'd rather use it in the app, OneNote app. That's what I really prefer, or I could open up in OneNote in my browser. Okay, just like I'm using Teams by browser. Up here, if you do that checkbox, you can actually use OneNote in your browser as well. Okay, but we'll do it this way. All right, so okay, go away, go away. Now where did it go? Okay, I screwed that up. I apologize. Okay, so back to Teams. Hurry up, initialize. There we go. Oh, it was over here. Okay. Click on the arrow, and you have your World Cuisine Notebook. Now, collaboration space I don't use a lot, but we might find a place to use that with distance and hybrid education. This is where you can share, we can share work amongst all of us in this class, okay? Content library is my file folder, okay? And my file folder has some information in it, and this is where I want you to find your modules. So in the food handler module, well, you've already probably done food handler 1. If you've done that, that's fine. Otherwise, it's referenced here. The questions are here. The form is a downloadable file. And then it's all, I can scroll here. There it is. It's all going to be in here when it opens. But it's kind of clunky here, and it's hard to open it from here. You're going to find all my online materials in here, which I've sent you as well to do, videos and things. Lab safety is coming up. So these are modules that I'm throwing in here as necessary, okay? Now, this is where you're going to find a lot of my modules. Then you're going to come back to assignments and take the quizzes, okay? Or fill in the homeworks, okay? That's what you're going to be doing. There'll be a quiz. There will be a quiz for a quiz grade. at the end of every module. Okay, there might even be a test, like we're going to take a food handler quiz at the end of the food handler module. Okay, but the food handler module, if you're back in class notes, has, let's go back to that food handler module. It has 3 sections, 1, 2, and 3. Plus, it has some COVID for restaurant material. There's an article I want you to read that was put out in Plate Magazine about navigating a new style of service. And then a COVID certification, which you go to the Restaurant Association, you log in with an email, so you create an account, and it's a free restaurant certification. You watch a video and you get a certificate. Well, that certificate is going to be attached as an assignment. It'll be an assignment that says food handler, and it'll be the food handler test, and it'll be that certificate attachment, and you'll be attaching that certificate, and you'll be taking the quiz, okay, or test for all of food handler, all 3 parts. Okay, the quiz will be on this food FH1, FH2, FH3. The COVID material, you're not going to be tested on it. I want you to read it. But this is a certification that you're going to attach a copy of that. When you download your PDF certification, you will attach a copy of that to your assignment area, and you'll see the assignment in there, and that will be there. So I wanted to share with you how to find this. Now you see on my side, I have every student in this class in here. But I'm going to just take the first student on the list, and that would be Mr. Oren here, and I'll show you that his notebook, because it shouldn't have any private information in it now, has class notes, handout, homework, and lab journal. And this is things that I will be explaining to you later on in life where things go. But you are going to keep a lab journal in culinary for your 4 years here, and that will include world cuisine class, but it's going to be a little bit different in world cuisine, because you're not here for 4 years. Homeworks, handouts, and class notes. Okay, so some of these get populated by me, some of these get populated by you, but it's a notebook that only you and I can see. The whole class can't see it. You just happen to be looking at it from a teacher's standpoint, so you can see the whole class. Okay, if you are interested in opening the class notebook under a browser, you're going to open it up here. You can open it up in your browser, and bing, bang, boom, it will open up Onenote. Oops, pick the account. I'm sorry, I have several. Gave me a chance to have a sip of coffee. There we go. Okay, so now I'm in the world cuisine thing. And once again, I have every student. So you're going to see I can access all of your notebooks from here. I can distribute pages, whatever I want to do. But the content library is what I really want you guys to see, because that's where I'm going to be putting these modules that you'll be doing. And I'll be making assignments with instructions under teams. So under teams, you're going to find an assignment, and there's going to be instructions, and there's going to be a due date. Now, that due date's what I think you should be able to turn it in by, based on if we're doing hybrid education, if you're in person, or distance ed. I think that should be enough time for you to do it, because I know approximately how long it takes to do these. So I will be giving you what I think is enough time. You can discuss that with me. If you can't get it done by the due date, you can still turn it in. It'll just tell me you're late, and I may want to know why you're late. Not so much in the beginning. In the beginning, I will be lenient, and I don't care if you're a day or two late as long as you get the work done. But later on down the road, I'm going to want to know how much Facebook and game playing are you doing at home when you should be actually concentrating on my class. And I want to share with you something that you don't see. There's something up here called insights. You don't see that because that tells me how long you have been in Teams and looking at your work. So if you don't log into Teams, that's how I'm going to take roll on your hybrid days, is I'm going to look at insights and see that you didn't log into my class. You were absent in my class. Okay? And this is, of course, somewhat negotiable, but you have to do something to where I see that you've actually been part of my class. Okay, that's about enough for this video. I don't like to make too long a video, so that's about all for now. If you have any questions, reach out to me through Remind, reach out to me through email, or reach out to me through the general posts. We can have our own conversation here. See, students already are talking to me. So I need to answer her, as a matter of fact. Have a great day, guys. See you soon.